What's going on, everyone? It's Purple Haze here, and oh boy, have we stirred up the hornet's nest today. I have content creators who are upset with my $80 Nintendo video. I have other content creators who are upset with just like some of my takes, and I have some of their fans coming into my comment section. So let me just set the record straight. There are two Nintendo Switch 2 um game sharing features. One is the virtual game card feature, which is you can lend someone out the game. You can't play it at the same time, but you will get it back in 14 days. And then there's a game chat feature, which you can lend the game out to 3 other people in game chat, and you all can play the game at the same time. From what I understand, some other consoles can do this. I think you still have to like log into your account into someone else's console. Nintendo, you're not having to do this. And for some people, they're saying with Nintendo, uh, it's kind of a step back. And I still would say that I think that this is a unique opportunity and it still brings people together to game. If you can make it work on another system, go for it. Like, it's not why I bought the other systems. I still have tried to replicate it. I don't care for you to tell me how to do it. That kind of defeats the point of making it easy to do. So, I will still stand by. I think it's a cool feature for Nintendo Switch 2. But this isn't really about Nintendo Switch 2. This is about, let me make it very clear about those two people there in the title. It's about Cowboy and it's about Doc Dark. Now, first, I'm going to go after Cowboy, right? Now, Cowboy's the one who's been making videos on me, criticizing me, likes to cut it up and do everything else. But then when he comes into like live, when I talk to him in chat, he doesn't do that. You know what I mean? He's neutered. He doesn't do anything. He's like a little chihuahua, just with a little cowboy hat. And then you just like slap at him, snap at him. He's like, and that's Cowboy, king of entertainment. So for Cowboy, with you, I would say like maybe slow down. Don't always make content. Take a deep breath, do a little research. I know that's not your best quality right there, but just do a little bit more, because you're gonna just make a fool of yourself. And you know what they say, when you assume something about someone else and what they said, you already know what that goes like. So with you, I would just say, I know it's content and you want to run to it and stuff, but don't be ignorant on it. Now, Doc Dark. Now, Doc Dark, y'all know Doc Dark came on my channel way back when, but this is really to Doc Dark and to his audience, right? And see, Doc Dark has his audience fooled. And I think some of them understand it, but for just to make it clear, Doc Dark 1985 has a $1,000, $900, whatever it is, gaming PC. He's been gifted a $2,200 gaming PC. He has an Xbox. He has a handheld gaming console and everything. I'll add it all up. He has thousands of dollars worth of gaming hardware. But he's supposedly upset with Mario Kart at $80. And he's upset because for a couple of reasons, right? He's upset because now other gaming companies are going to do it and so forth. And I would say, well, Dr. You have a problem with other gaming companies raising the price. Just because like one hamburger company raises the price on a hamburger doesn't mean all of them do it. There's actually advantages to not doing it, especially with Xbox, right? Just because PlayStation had something at a certain price and Nintendo had something at a certain price, Xbox went and created the Series S at a cheaper price. So I wouldn't automatically assume, you know what they say about assuming. I told a cowboy this. I would automatically assume it, but you've already admitted you don't know business or econ 101, right? You've already told us this many times. And for everybody else, we can see that your gaming habits are quite luxurious. But I know you get super upset when people say it's not a luxury, it's a hobby. Well, your hobby, Michael Jackson has a saying that says, if you can't feed your baby, don't have a baby. If you can't feed your gaming habit the way you like to game with all these different, you got to make a whole video to do all these things that the Switch can do by itself. If you can't do that, then maybe don't complain about the price of a game. It's like having a luxurious car. I know you don't like that word. It triggers you. But it's like having a luxurious car because I don't care about triggering you. It's like having that and then complaining about the price of gas. Just makes you look like a fool. You know what I mean? You want to get upset. You wanna, like, criticize people who are talking about supply chains and stuff, and you're like, "I don't know that. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that. That's business 101, but you wanna talk about business 101 when you think you know what you're talking about. Half the time you don't. The other half of the time, you're just repeating something else. Trying to talk about layers to this. There are no layers to this. That little head of yours is flat. Nothing there. You see, you know this. See, it's easier to fool your audience than to convince them that they've been fooled. But maybe it's you who's been fooled. Maybe it's you who's confused because your Xbox little kingdom there that you're like, oh, we have Xbox. Well, Xbox put it on everything. Xbox games run better on PlayStation than they do on Xbox. You have to convince yourself that the thing you championed is so good. Then in a month, you're going to be like, Xbox, you got to do better. And then they're going to raise the price, and then you're going to defend that price raise. Oh, we're going to get ABK. We're going to do it. Okay, well, all you get was get 2 price increases for that, but let's not get your money confused here because we're running on emotions because Nintendo raised the price of a game by $10. But see, that's why I don't understand. Why do so many people, so many gamers try to act so hard and they need so much validation? I've never seen this. People like these men are arguing. It's like if I saw women arguing about which game is better, Stardew Valley, Dreamlight Valley, or Animal Crossing. They just keep arguing and arguing about it. We'd be like, that's crazy. That's stupid. That's how y'all look. Y'all come into the little comment section and like, oh, this is how I spend my money. Are you really that insecure? That just because someone else doesn't spend it like you, just because someone else is willing to spend it, that you're upset? That it rains on your parade? Do you keep that same energy for everything else in your life? See, the reason why I'm not too upset with Doug Dark because he makes money off of it. He made a whole video about this, by the way. He made a whole video about how Nintendo Switch content creators, they'll make money watching these. What do you think Doug Dark's doing? This is to y'all who like to come over here and just run and defend Doc. Doc doesn't need your defending. Trust me, he does not. I keep my line open when I go live for anybody to come in. Anybody to do chat, anybody to do comments. If you want to say something, I'll actually respond to every single one of your comments. Don't believe me? Go check it. If you want to say whatever it is, please come at me. But I'm going to leave you with this. How pathetic is it your life that how I spend it, what I find a value in, it affects you. You think I'm talking about gaming, you're right. If you think I'm talking about something else, you're also right. I'm going to leave you just like I leave every time. I don't care where you game, how you game, what you game on, how long you've been gaming. As long as you're gaming, you're good with me. Some of y'all, that's not what it means. Some of y'all are like, you have to game like me. And then when we play the game, you're then going to be like, well, no, the way I game is the best. Man, some of y'all are cosplaying as adults. But we see you for what you really are. With that, this is Purple Haze, and the proof is in the playing. Line's always open. Later.